Guys, East Texas Wildman here. After I did my video the other day on my inch bag, I've been doing a little thinking on what that really means, to leave everything I have behind and to bug out. So I just have a few things to say, some thoughts, just kind of off the cuff. But first, you got to watch my new intro. Okay, so bugging out, leaving everything you own behind except what you can carry on your back. And what you can carry on your back is not very much. I don't care if you can carry 200 pounds on your back, that still ain't much. Preferably you have some place to go to, a bug out location. But what if you have to bug out of that? Then where do you go? You know, I hear a lot of people say, you know, I'm going to the mountains, I'm going to the woods, you know, or I'm going to this national park or state park or whatever, you know, I'm gonna live off the land. Well, you know, that's kind of the way I think too, but that's only good for so long. What I'm my mentality here is, I'm not talking about a short-term I can survive here for a while. I'm talking long-term sustainability. And I've been thinking a lot about it. I've studied a lot about the Native Americans of Texas and the United States. And one thing you'll notice, if you read anything about them, is that they were all nomadic people. I mean, they had regions, you know, the Sioux here and Blackfeet there, and you know, they had their regions. And they had wars when people crossed into each other's regions, and but that region was usually a pretty big place, like covering, you know, 2, 3, 4 states. And they would travel. You know, they'd have their summer grounds where a lot of tribes had agriculture. You know, they grew stuff in the summertime, and that was usually all the tribe together in a region, in an area, and they would grow and fish and all that kind of stuff and hunt in one area. But as soon as fall hit, most of the tribes would break up into smaller groups, and everybody would go out to their hunting grounds. And they may travel hundreds of miles to the hunting grounds for a particular type of animal, buffalo, elk, whatever they were after. They would travel to those areas, to the hunting grounds. And in the spring they would travel somewhere else where they could reap, you know, the fruits and nuts and stuff that were blossoming everywhere. And in the summertime they would end back up in a place where where some of them had agriculture. Or it would be summer hunting grounds or something of that nature. My point is that man, until just recently, has always been a nomadic hunter-gatherer, and agriculture was added in a little bit here and there. But even those tribes or cultures that had agriculture, they still were nomadic to a point where they had to go different times of the years. They would go to different places to gather other resources. There's not one place you can go and have all your resources year-round that I know of. And apparently the Indians didn't know of a place. But if you study history at all, I mean, and when I say recent history, I'm talking about, I mean, of course, there's people living like that today. Not very many left, but there are some. But it's something to think about. You know, if you had to bug out with everything on your back, you know, it goes into a lifestyle of very nomadic existence. And I think even if I stayed on my property, worst case scenario, the world falls apart, apocalypse, shit hits the fan, you know, whatever, that you know, you're gonna I have all the tools and resources I have for a short term, and I have a lot of stuff to build on for long term. But am I going to have everything? No. Am I going to have all the resources I need? No. You know, it's going to be dependent on barter, and even barter may be nomadic. I might have to travel 40, 60, 80 miles to another community to barter with them to get resources I need, and to get into barter with for resources they need. But it's something to study if you're thinking about, you know, I got to bug out. If I got to bug out, you might study some of the human history and how we had to make it and how we did make it for hundreds of thousands of years as humanoids or whatever, you know, how we survived. What we're doing now is just a blink in our history, and what we have right now is not sustainable, and it's so fragile it can fall apart in an instant. So just something to think about. Hey guys, hey, thanks for subscribing to my channel. All that you have, I got 150 subscribers now. It's kind of moving up there a little bit for me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like my videos, make comments. I love comments. I like to get discussions going on different topics. I mean, I'm no authority. I'm just a man out in the woods playing and thinking. So yeah, I'd like to hear what you have to say. And get out there in the woods. Practice some basic primitive skills. Practice some skills, period. I don't care if they're primitive or not. Get your feet dirty, you know, track some animals, learn how to hunt, learn how to fish, learn how to grow food. It'll all come in handy. Okay, God bless. This is East Texas Wildman. We'll see y'all later.